Good evening, collectors. So today we're going to crack open my very first Para64 model. This is the Mitsubishi GTO, or the Mitsubishi 3000 GT as it may have been known, I think in America. This was sold between 1990 and the year 2000. And GTO means Gran Turismo Omologata. It's Italian for basically meeting racing touring regulations. This was designed by a Japanese gentleman, Masaru Suzuki, back in I think it was designed back in 1987. That's what the internet says. Let's take a look at the box here, because I'm new to this brand. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Got a little track there. I'm not sure what track that is. Suzuka? I don't know. And some, what we're getting is a white pearlescent paint, right-hand drive. No Mitsubishi approval. Jadi Toys, not Jada Toys, Jadi Toys. Okay. Huh. Alright. Well, that's that. We don't know what year it was made, though. Nothing on the packaging. I always think about posterity. 20 years from now, people will look back and be like, that's a good model or a bad model. Pretty good case. Not too loose, not too tight. And we got some printing here. Nice black base. Nothing too special, but I think it's good for the price. And a pretty smart base where you have a bunch of holes so they can move the car where needed. Alright, so they're future-proofing their bases for other car models. And let's get into the model itself. This thing has a 3-liter V6 up front, and a normally aspirated version would have 220 horsepower, whereas the twin-turbo version would have 320 horsepower. And this was a time where Japanese cars were really competing against themselves about trying to jam in as much technology as possible. So this, the RX-7, the Supra, they were all like getting heavier and more complex. So I bring that up because this thing is supposed to have active aerodynamics, where it automatically adjusts the front and rear spoilers. And then it's also got 4-wheel steering, and then it's all-wheel drive, adaptive suspension system. So there's just a lot of electronics and mechanicals going on inside these cars, and obviously that increases the weight. So more about touring than sporting. Okay, and it turns out this is the facelifted version, where the front bumper is a little bit different, and they went to projector headlights here. And there's supposed to be some fog lights in here, but oh, actually there are bumps there. They're just not painted silver. Okay, well anyways, I guess we're on the front. So we do have the Mitsubishi diamond there. It looks pretty good, well painted. One thing that seems off though is there's no paint on these lenses. If you look at the photo behind here, you'll notice the yellow it is plastic, but it's all painted, and only the projector circles are clear. So Para obviously didn't go to that extent, but I'm not sure if it might have been a proper decision, because if they painted this, it probably wouldn't match, because this is glossy. So maybe they made the right choice. But at least the casting behind this lens has the recesses for those projectors, so seems alright. I guess it's alright. Okay, yeah, so it would have been nice if there was some silver or white on those projectors, because it's quite obvious on the photo of this yellow car back here, right? Alright, and then also if you look at the vent here, this is just black. This should be white, so it's not matching the body color, but the actual molding seems pretty good. It looks pretty accurate. This turn signal is just painted on orange, and I guess that's okay. I don't understand what this bump is. I couldn't find any photos of a real car with these bumps on the side of their bumper. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's supposed to be some sort of additional brake duct, but I haven't seen any photos of the real car with that. So I'm not sure where they modeled, where their references were for making this CAD model. Okay, so anyways, it is a nice white pearl for sure. Try to get it closer for you guys. And from what I'm seeing here, the paint is laid on nicely. Decent width of panel line gaps, and the paint isn't filling it in too much, so that's pretty good. What's going on here? Alright, no paint there. It is dark because it is going in quite far, so I guess that's pretty good. Door handle seems pretty nice. A little tiny dot there for the key, so that's good. The glass, well, molded glass always has this distortion. But we got this black paint around the molding there. Oh, good, good. Alright, so the mirrors actually do have a reflective insert. I'm guessing that's like a chrome sticker. Unfortunately, this one wasn't put on very well. This side is much better. I'm afraid if I take that off, the adhesive wouldn't work as well, so maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. Alright, so now that we're at the back, GTO is printed nice, very nicely done. Unfortunately, the wing, the plastic sprue, you can see the roughness where it was pulled off the molding sprue. Too bad. It would have been nice if they somehow made the sprue somewhere down here where you wouldn't see it so much, or maybe at the bottom of the struts. Oh well. Alright, deep, thick plastic lenses. See some depth to them, but no, I don't see much indication of any sort of light buckets behind there. It's just a flat panel. Okay, and then yeah, that's nice, pretty nice body panel lines. The exhausts seem kind of lazy though. They're just the black of the base. I don't know if the real car has raw steel exhaust tips or if there's like a chrome tip or not. I kind of feel it would have been nice to have some silver paint on there. So now looking at the bottom here, it's pretty plain, but I'm okay with that. If you roller fans care, this definitely is going to roll pretty nice. And if you want to modify it, you can take it apart pretty easily, so that's good too. Pretty thick axles. Look how thick those axles are. So I think that this is going to be very durable for actual play if you want to play with this model. Okay, so going around to the top. Oh, well, I didn't even notice there's a sunroof or moonroof. Okay, and then seems to be some decent molding inside. It's just all black though, so I'm not sure if we're going to see any graphics there. Let me pull out the flashlight and see if there's anything on the dash. No, it's just molded, right? I don't see any additional decal or paint or anything like that. I guess that's the norm though, for the price point that these things are selling for. It puts it in line with Kyosho, I would say. But I see, yeah, maybe Mini GT / Kyosho is somewhere between that $10 and $20 mark. So I guess it's alright. It seems to be the same level of quality, although these do have the inserted mirrors, which you don't get in many Kyoshos. What about the wiper blades? Yeah, they are three-dimensional and they're painted black, so that's pretty good. Yeah, and for me, yeah, there's always something wrong with the paint. From the unluckiest collector ever. So look at this. There's some paint splotchiness here. It's like there was an extra drop of paint fell on this, and it just hardened. I thought I was going to have a perfect model for a second, but as usual, oh boy, there's even another one over here. I don't know if the camera's showing that, but yeah, there's like a drop of paint right there. So I'm trying to comprehend how that would even occur. Like it gets put on a tray and then goes under something that's dripping paint? That makes no sense to me, but it definitely seems like it was painted before and then additional drops of paint fell onto it. So that's pretty bad. And then also here, again, it looks like a round drop or something. Maybe there's a bit of water there and then it evaporated after. So there, and there. Okay, well, so Para64. Unfortunately, you guys gotta get your paint in order. If you guys can somehow clean up your paint process, I think you have a pretty good model here. Detail-wise, it seems alright, but the paint is definitely an issue. Now I'm noticing here in this panel gap, look, there's a big chunk of paint in there for some reason. I don't know why that would be in there. Huh, really odd. Okay. Alright, well, you guys can, I'm going to let it go for a spin here, and I'll try to focus kind of in the middle so you can kind of look at both the photo of the car and then the model itself and decide if that thing looks good for you guys or not. You know, this probably isn't the best base being a white car. I was just going for the matching the photo, but the reality is you probably want to have a dark base when you're showing off a white car. Okay, so let's get this one for a spin because it's my very first Para64. And let me know what you guys think. If you guys have some other Para64s, are they in better shape than this? Because I think I'd like to collect this brand But if they're all going to have these sort of paint problems, I'd just as well skip it and go with other brands. Very well, I guess we'll see you around the next time.